Welcome to Lesson 4 in How to Play American Mahjong. Today we are going to go through the card and its hands. The Mahjong card is overwhelming when you first get it. You do not have to memorize the card. After playing a while, you'll see a pattern or hands and will recognize where to go to find the hands to play. In this video, I will show you the different groupings in this card. Every year they change the card, and I'm using the 2025 card. There are different categories on the card and they are shown at the top of each grouping. When I get the tiles, I first put them in suits and then I see if there's a pattern such as a 2025, a 2468, a consecutive numbers, 13579, winds, dragons, or 369. There may be several hands that are in those groupings. They may be in one suit or several suits. So I look at those hands in that grouping. You also want to read what's in the parentheses right beside those hands. The year is the first grouping. In this one, it's the 2025 card. The numbers 2025 are all single numbers, so you have to draw each one of those tiles, unless it is for the last tile. To make your zero, you need to use a white dragon. You cannot use a joker for that zero. So if you get a lot of 2s and 5s or white dragons in your initial picks of tiles, then you may want to look at the 2025 hands. 2, 4, 6, 8 have at least 10 different hands. You can only use these numbers to play the hands. You have to remember, if the card only has one color, that means it's one suit. If there are 2 or 3 colors on the card, then you have a choice of the different suits. You do not have to follow the color on the card to match the suits. In this first hand on the left, you will see there's only one color, so you can either use dots, bams, or cracks to complete this hand. I've used dots. There's the 2s, the 4s, the 6s, and the 8s. And you have to use those numbers. Or, as on the right of that hand, you can have your tiles in 2 different suits. Dots for the 2 and the 4, and 6s and 8s I have bams. If you look at the fourth hand under 2, 4, 6, 8, it starts with 4 flowers, then the 2, the 4, the 6, and the 8. These numbers are all singles and you have to draw those numbers. In parentheses, it says any 3 suits, like pongs, any even number. So that means if the 2, 4, 6, 8 are cracks, then the even numbers have to be dots and bams. So this shows the way it is. The card has 2s on it for their example, but you can use the pongs, groups of 3, in either 4s, 6, or 8s. Like pongs means that all the pongs have to be the same number. You cannot mix the numbers. No. You've got the 2, the 4, the 6, and the 8. These 2 numbers have to be the same, so you cannot use the 6s with the 8s over here. Going down to the 7th hand, it starts off with 2 flowers. Then it has 4 2s in the green, which are the bams, then 4 red dragons, and then 4 2s that are in black. The 2 flowers, the 4 bams in 2s, the 4 red dragons, and the 4 2s in dots. You need to read what's in the parentheses. Any 3 suits, like kongs, any even numbers. So the 3 suits are the bams, the cracks, and the dots. And the even numbers can be the 2s, the 4s, the 6s, and the 8s. Any like numbers are at the bottom of the left-hand side. The card shows examples of 1s, but when it says any like numbers, you can change that number to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, whichever number you choose. All tiles have to be the same. In the first hand of this grouping of any like numbers, they have a matching dragon with 2 sets of kongs. There are 2 flowers, 4 3s in the bams with a matching dragon. 4 threes in the cracks with the matching dragon, and then a pair of threes in dots. My suggestion for this hand is to get your pair first. You can use jokers to complete the other 2 Kongs, but you can never use a joker with a pair or a single. The second hand down is a little unusual. It has 4 flowers, a pair of ones in one suit, a pung of ones in a second suit, a pung of ones in a third suit, and another pair that has to match the first suit. So in the parentheses it says, any 3 suits, pairs must be of the same suit. So these 2 have to match up. You cannot use a joker for that. Remember, any like number means that they have to all be the same number. Here are my 4 flowers. Here is the pair of 6 bams, a pung of 6 cracks, a pung of 6 dots, and another pair of 6 bams that match this. You cannot use a joker for a pair. Even though they're a set of 4, there are 2 separate groups here. So you have the flowers, a pair, a pung, and a pair. Quints are at the top of the middle section. In each of these hands, you have to have 5 tiles in part of the hand. Some of these hands are consecutive runs, or some may have any like numbers. Because there are only 4 tiles for each number in each suit, except for flowers and jokers, you must use jokers in this hand. We went over the consecutive run last time. The consecutive run is in the middle of the card. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 is at the bottom of the middle section. You can only use these numbers in this grouping. Go down to the 4th hand in this group. It has 4 flowers, 4 ones, 4 nines, and 1 0. This is an addition hand. The 0 must be a white dragon. You must draw the 1 and the white dragon. In parentheses, it says, any 2 suits these numbers only. Here's your 4 flowers, 4 ones, 4 nines, and a different suit with the 1 and the 0. White dragon as a 0. In the 7th hand down, it has the word news in it. Those are the winds, the north, the east, the west, and the south. These are all individual tiles, so you need to pick those up yourself. You cannot use a joker to complete this grouping here. In parentheses, it says any 2 suits. In the top one, we have the 1 bams and the 3 bams, plus the NEWS for news. And then we have 3 cracks and 5 cracks. You can also use this group with the higher numbers, 5s and 7s, the news, and 7s and 9s. You have 2 5s in cracks, 3 7s in cracks, your NEWS, which are single tiles, 3 7s in dots, and the 2 9s in dots. Winds and Dragons are at the top right-hand side of the card. The first hand in Winds and Dragons actually has 2 hands. You have 4 north, 3 east, 3 west, and 4 south. 4 north, 3 east, 3 west, and 4 south. You can change these tiles to be 3 north, 4 east, 4 west, and 3 south. This is determined by what you draw or what is thrown out. The second hand down has 2 flowers, a 1, 2, and a 3. These are all individual tiles, a pair of dragons, a pung of dragons, and a kung of dragons. In parentheses, it says any 3 consecutive numbers and any 1 suit, any 3 dragons. Here's your 2 flowers. We used 1, 2, and 3 in dots. 2 dragons in green, 3 dragons in white, and 4 dragons in red. When it says 3 consecutive numbers, you can do any one as long as they're consecutive. 5, 6, 7. My suggestion is to get the consecutive numbers first and the pair of dragons. You can use a joker for the pung, which is a group of 3, or the kung for 4s. With these 3 groupings, you must draw the tiles, and you cannot use a joker for them. Still, in the Winds and Dragons, if you go down to the 5th and 6th hand, north and south with the number 1, you can use any odd number, but they have to be the same number in 3 suits. Here are the 4 norths, a single 3 in cracks, a pair of 3s in bams, and a pung of 3s in dots. And then you have your 4 souths. You can use any odd number. The east and the west are the same as the north and the south, but you have to use even numbers. So it says underneath any like even numbers in 3 different suits. So you have your 4 east, a single 8 crack, a pair of 8 dots, a pung of 8 bams, and then your 4 west. You can use any number as long as they are even numbers. The 369 is in the middle of the third part of this card. You can only use 369 in these hands. In the third hand of the 369, in the parentheses, it says any 2 suits, like Kongs, 3, 6, or 9 with matching dragons. So we're using the Kongs, which are the 4 3s in bams. They have to have matching dragons, and the green dragons match the bams. 4 3s in dots, and the matching dragons are white dragons or soap. Our last grouping is singles and pairs. Remember, if there's a single or a pair, you have to pick it up, and you can never use a joker with it. At the end of the card, you'll see the letter C with the number. The C indicates it's a concealed hand or a closed hand. You will not be able to pick the tile if someone else discards that tile, unless it is the very last tile needed for Mahjong. This is the second hand under singles and pairs. It has a pair of flowers, 2, 4, 6, 8, and you have to use those numbers. Matching dragons, a pair, 2, 4, 6, 8, and also a matching dragon. So in parentheses, it says any 2 suits with matching dragons. Here are the 2 flowers, the 2, the 4, the 6, the 8 in cracks, plus the matching dragons, which are red. You have the 2, the 4, the 6, the 8 in bams, and the matching dragons are green. This whole hand, you cannot use a joker, and you cannot pick up from the table unless it's for Mahjong. This is the last hand of the card, and it's the most difficult one. It has 2 flowers and 25 in all 3 suits. And in parentheses, it just says any 3 suits. So here's my 2 flowers. Here's the 2, the 0, which is the white dragon, 2, 5 in cracks, the 2, the 0, the 2, 5 in bams, and the 2, the 0, the 2, 5 in dots. Again, in these hands, you cannot use a joker or you cannot pick up from the table unless it's for Mahjong. If you go through the card, you can see other concealed hands. There's almost one in every grouping. In a concealed hand, you may use a joker to complete a pung or a kung. If you have your card, you can highlight the concealed hands to remind you that you have to draw all these tiles. I found these highlighter strips in the home office area at Walmart. I would suggest you do something like this to help you out. The next time, I'm going to show you how to set up the wall and do the Charleston for the game. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. A day without sunshine is just an extra day for crafting or playing a game.